This video is a litter update for these Australian Labradoodle puppies. These Labradoodle puppies are 4 weeks old today, and today's video we're going to go through each of the puppies individually. We'll let you know a little bit about each of the puppies, what they've been up to over the past week, tell you a little bit about each of them and what the changes have been over the last 7 days. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and these little Labradoodle puppies are going to grow up and mature into lovely sized medium Labradoodle puppies. So they're going to weigh anywhere from probably around 32, 34 pounds through to about 45 pounds. We have one that may even mature to closer to around 50 pounds, but we'll have to wait and see how things go with her. She's the big one in the litter. But these puppies have all graduated this day into the nursery. They are no longer in the maternity ward. They're in the nursery just like really big Labradoodle dogs, eh? Yes, they handled the move really well without any problem at all. And even though they were moved earlier today, you can see they're up with all of them. They're perfectly fine now at being moved back into the studio, doing their little film, and then they'll go back into their new house again. Now, while we go through each of the puppies, lots of kisses from this one, you'll see some of them have very dirty feet. And that is because of the big thing that these puppies have started this week, and that is eating even more solid food. So now they're not having just goat's milk and pumpkin. They have started on eating a little bit of puppy starter canned food. We only do that for about 1 or 2 days, and then we move them off onto the raw food. We like to have our puppies weaned onto raw food by 5 weeks at the latest. And these puppies all have a really nice development of their teeth already, so they're ready to handle the raw food. That's the only reason that we don't start them on raw food right from day one when they eat solid food, is they need their teeth to be able to handle that raw food and not be swallowing it in big clumps. And they can't even get it out of the bowl when they don't have teeth because they need to be able to chew on it. So these puppies all have lovely teeth that have come in quite nicely, and so they're going to be able to graduate onto raw food, and we'll probably switch them on to that full time by the end of the, today is Friday, so by Monday they'll probably be full-time eating raw food, still with a bit of goat's milk in a separate dish, but it won't be combined anymore. So let's go through all the puppies. We're going to do them in birth order like we always do. So that's why you're always first up. And this is Black Color Girl. This little girl is a real sweetie pie. You can see she is extraordinarily affectionate. She has really good eye contact, and she is also full of fun and life. She's always busy bopping around, looking for new things to investigate and explore. Lovely confidence level in this puppy. Not worried about anything. Really likes to look into your face and get cues from you. And these puppies are just starting to interact with toys. They're just learning what those are all about. And holy smokes, do these puppies play with one another. The growling that comes from this litter is incredible. They actually growl and play more than our litter that is 7 weeks old. These kids are just so interactive with one another. So Miss Black Collar Girl here, she is a caramel puppy, and I believe she is going to stay a caramel. It looks like her nose is going to be a brown color, which is just like her papa Copper. So she will be a beautiful golden caramel color. She has some lovely white markings on her as well. Lots of pretty flash. She has white on her chest and white on her toes. And Black Collar Girl is now 1.66 kilograms. So she's really doing well in her weight department. And you'll see with all of the puppies that there's been no problem with them maintaining and continue to have a really good strong weight gain, even though they don't have Mama Spirit quite as often as they did. So that's Black Collar Girl. Next up is Orange Collar Girl. Now this is the puppy I was mentioning when I said one might end up being all the ways to 50 pounds. We only have 1 or 2 dogs that is in that size range, and both of them actually are Spirit puppies. Spirit does have some larger dogs in her pedigree, so every now and then we do see a great big one show up. So this is our little bruiser girl, And this little sweetheart has all sorts of food on her paws. Oh my goodness, she just looks like she's been playing in the mud. But what this is the pumpkin. The pumpkin is what we use to help them digest their food and keep their tummies happy when we're first transitioning them. And it's super sticky. And this little girl has quite the habit of tearing across her area and then falling into the pan of food. She's not too graceful in that aspect yet. Now, because the puppies have only started seeing for the last 2 weeks, their vision is not all of that. It's not that clear. They don't see a whole lot of things. What they're looking at more is shapes and things that are more blobby. So when they're running and they're going across their area and they're focused, usually looking up like this, looking at me or Reynolds, Taylor, whomever it is that's interacting with them at that moment, so they don't see what's in front of them on the ground. And that's why so often puppies run into their food dish, spill their water dish, or what have you. So this little muffin is always really anxious and happy to see everybody. You look a little bit worried today. Jess, are you being a little bit shy today? I think she has found the move a little bit more stressful than the others. She's a little bit concerned about what's happened and why she has so much more space. But that's something that she'll get over very quickly, right? We'll go do some positive stuff with that after we do the video. And this girl, you can see, has a black nose. So that means that even though her coat is a very similar color to the other puppy that we had, she's not a caramel because of that black nose. She's an apricot, and she's a tuxedo. And the tuxedo is the name we gave to this pattern that she has. Now she's just going to be here and decide that she's quite petrified right now, and I bet she's not even going to want to play with a toy. Although usually this is the puppy that's first out of the gate rolling around with everybody. She is actually a very outgoing puppy. She's just found the move to be something that upsets her. Now you'll find that in a litter. This is a really important thing to understand about puppies. This doesn't mean that this is a shy puppy or this is a puppy with any issues. That just means that in this particular circumstance, she found it to be challenging. Whereas we could take Black Collar, who we saw first, who wasn't the least bit concerned about the move, but perhaps the first time the puppies go outside for Black Collar, that will be something that she finds a little bit more frightening than Orange Collar does. So every one of them is just like a person. They have unique personalities, they have unique fears and things that they enjoy. Everything about them is unique. So it doesn't mean anything overall. It just means, okay, we're going to be aware of this fact. That will be something that we note on Orange Collar's file, and something that we work on to make sure that we expose her to situations that are similar in a very positive way, so that going forward, that isn't something that she finds to be in the least bit worrisome. So Miss Bruiser here, she is 1.79 kilograms. Oh my goodness me. You are just a great big girl. And I can see that she's much more comfortable when I leave her down than when I pick her up. So she's probably anticipating that because I picked her up, that what are you going to do with me now? Am I going to change houses again? Oh my goodness. Oh, so what we'll do is pick her up over and over. And each time we pick her up, we'll give her something she loves, which is her mama spirit. So we'll pick her up, show her to spirit, put her back, pick her up, give her to spirit, and so on, until she decides that, oh, when I get picked up, I get the thing I like most in the world, which is my mama spirit. Right? That's my little orange collar girl. Not so little. Next we have Pink Collar Girl. Oh, and Pink Collar Girl's fallen asleep in Reynolds' arms waiting for her turn. There you go. Pink Collar is our gleaming black puppy, and even with lots of food all over her, she is still just so shiny and gleamy. These puppies have never had a bath. They're a little bit too young for that. However, now that they have themselves all crunchied up with the pumpkin, before we switch them over to the raw food entirely, we will bath them so that we get rid of all of this icky caca on their I was going to say their arms, on their legs and on their paws. And little Pink Collar even has some on her tay-tay. How did you manage that? Well, actually, I know how she managed that. She was sitting in the food dish yesterday, I believe it was, or earlier this morning. So little Pink Collar Girl, my beautiful little ebony and white princess. She is, of course, the classic black and white combo. And she has the cutest little face. She's just a little doll. This puppy is a little bit quieter than the others. She is smack dab in the middle of the pack. She does like to play. She really enjoys being held. And you can see her coat is starting to lift. So you see how her coat is coming up off of her body here, and it's not quite as smooth and flat as the rest of the hair on her head. And this is where we get all that beautiful Labradoodle fluffiness from. Whoopsie. And then we're going to put her upside down, which we still do with the puppies all the time. Give her a little tummy rub, and she'll maybe make her foot go for us. Yes, that happens all the time when I rub her tummy. I often come in and she'll be sleeping upside down, and I'll take her and I'll give her a little tummy rub, and her foot will go 100 miles an hour. Isn't that right, Miss Pink? And Miss Pink is the type of puppy who really enjoys her time with her friends, with her siblings, with her people, and by herself. She's a really nice, even rounded puppy at this point in time. Now, of course, again, she's only 4 weeks old. In 4 weeks from now, she may be quite different, but that's how she's presenting to us at this time. And pink collar is 1.68 grams, so kilograms rather. So she's a lovely weight, just smack dab there in the medium range. And you'll see how she gives me eye contact. She's looking to see, I wonder what she's talking about. No idea, but she's looking to me, and she gets a lot of her she looks to me for her cues, which is really what we like to see in a puppy. Yeah, I love you. That's my girl. So that's pink collar. And next we have the firstborn boy in our litter, and that is yellow collar. And yellow is the other black puppy. Hi, buddy. And he is a phantom. And that is what the name of the pattern for when you have the tan points, such as he does. So he has the brown over his eyebrows, on the side of his face, up his legs, across his chest, and in his vent area. Really striking, really pretty pattern, and inside his ears too. And this is the sort of pattern and color combination you see in Rottweilers, Dobermans, Yorkies. All sorts of different dogs have this color combination, and it's called something different in each breed. But in Labradoodles, it's referred to as a phantom. And you can see he's already working on getting his teeth to come through even more. And this is a puppy that I really like, where you can see now his tail's going, he's really happy, he's curious, maybe a little too curious, happy to be here, and just, oh boy, life's great. I got a really good attitude. Everything makes me happy. I'm just the happiest boy. Yes, oh, I'm sorry, did you not want to kiss me then? And yellow collar is also 1.68 kilograms. So he and his sister are both exactly the same weight now. And he has no desire right now to be held. He wants to go and start running around and showing everybody how agile he is and how fast he can go. Yes, so we're going to put you back before you have an accident. Yeah, we don't want him to jump off the table. So that's yellow collar boy. Next is our other boy in the litter, and that's green collar boy. Green collar was the first puppy who was born at the hospital, and he is the smallest puppy in the litter, and he still is. He always has been. And he too is a beautiful tuxedo. Now he is lighter than black collar, but he has a black nose, so he is an Apricot Tuxedo courtesy of that black nose. This puppy is one of my personal little favorites in this litter. I have to say I really like them all. It's a really beautiful litter. I always find Spirits puppies to be so special. But this little guy, I think because he was the smallest, and it's his nose. That black nose that isn't quite filled in yet on the white face with the light caramel coloring. Oh, it just is the cutest little thing. And his little face is so cute. He just has the sweetest little expression. He is a really nice puppy. Very soft, very gentle, unless we're at the milk bar. If we're at the milk bar and Mama Spirit is around, forget it. All of that nice little sweet face goes out the window, and he's tough as nails as he finds his spot at the milk bar. And green is up to 1.37 kilograms now, which is a great weight. And you can see he's got a beautiful body on him. He's nice and full and juicy puppy here, nicely rounded. There's nothing skinny or scrawny about any of these puppies. He may be smaller, but he has that beautiful Labradoodle compact square body, and he's beautifully stocky, really nicely put together. And you can see he is also showing you some of the evidence about when he has made mistakes in calculations and ended up in the food dish. Now this little guy has a good amount of teeth. Can I put my finger in your mouth? Yeah. And they've come in really nicely. So his teeth were the slowest to come in. He actually got teeth first, but then they sort of stalled for a bit. So I've been waiting for his to come through enough so that he has enough sharpness and strength in his jaw and with his teeth so that he can handle the raw food. And he's going to be ready to go in the next day or two with that. So this is a sweet little boy otherwise. He likes to play, and his favorite thing with the toys right now is just to cuddle with them. He hasn't started actually interacting and playing with the toys like some of the other puppies have, but he will pick them up and put them in the bed with him, and then he rests his head on them. Oh, that's a good boy. That's a very good boy, yes. So that's our little green collar boy. And last but not least is our blue collar girl. And Blue is the other puppy that was born in the hospital. Hi, honey. Hi. And now this girl is going to be a red puppy. And that's by virtue of the fact that she has a black nose and her coat is darker than what we would refer to an apricot. Now, this may change and she may end up being apricot. She does have a fairly consistent color through her coat. You'll often see me doing this with the puppies' coats, and that's because their colors change. So if you have a black or a chocolate puppy or a red puppy, their coats generally tend to fade and lighten. With the chocolates, we call it silvering. And so when they're little, we frequently are looking underneath their coat to see, well, what color is the coat coming in? Is it the same as what we've got right now? Is it getting darker or is it getting lighter? Now, sometimes with this type of color, anything that's related to the red or red caramel, the color will actually darken rather than lighten. And breeders refer to that as what's called the rufous gene. And that's a gene that nobody can locate. It's not able to be tested for. But that's what we call the gene that dogs whose coats get darker rather than lighter seem to have if they're in the red family. Now this little sweetheart of a girl, this is just a doll. She is a gentle soul. She is very cautious, but she's also outgoing. She doesn't want to do the wrong thing. So she looks very strongly for cues all the time. This is the type of puppy who she'll come, she'll say hi to you, and then she'll go off and do something, play or whatever, and then she'll be checking all the time. She does like a shoulder check to make sure you're still nearby, and she checks in with you with her eye contact, yeah, to see just what's going on and take stock of the situation. So she's a really pretty little girl. She has a beautiful shaped head. That little white blaze on the top of it is very pretty. And then the little bit of white marking around that big black nose. So it's just like Spirit's nose, a nice big black button, yes. And that's Mommy's favorite, isn't it? Mommy loves black noses. Black noses are my favorite, just like the black color is my favorite. And you can see it really sets off her lips too. You can really see how she has red lips because she has that white goatee just like her grandma Bijou has. Yes, yeah, very pretty puppy. And Miss Blue Collar is 1.59 kilograms. Now you can see when I was going to do this and give her a kiss, she moved her head back and her eyes widened a bit because she was a little surprised at what was going on there. Notwithstanding that, I do that to her probably 100 times in a day. But when they're in here in the studio and the light is shining right on them, it is a whole different experience. I look different to her. The whole environment is different. And there's lots of shadows that she is not used to seeing. So it's really great that we do the videos in terms of socializing the puppies. Now, lots of people think when we talk about socializing, that has to include people or strangers to the puppy or being out and meeting other dogs. But really, socialization and desensitization are interchangeable to some degree when we talk about puppies. So desensitization means I want her never to be worried about me or anyone else coming and doing this on the side of her face. I don't want her to feel at all concerned when she comes in and there's this massive big light shining on her and she's away from everyone and she has like, what are we doing here? Like, what is this video thing? What is YouTube all about, hey? Is that what you're thinking? So it's a great opportunity by making the videos and doing their photos for them to be exposed to something that they wouldn't otherwise normally be exposed to. So it's lots of different shadows, the sound is different in here, the temperature is different, everything is different. And the amount of time it takes us to bring the puppies in weigh them and then do the video is lots of time for them to get relaxed and comfortable. And now she's sniffing away, and when she's sniffing, I know that she's relaxed because she's curious, so she's not worried about anything. If they're upset and tense, they're not sniffing and trying to figure things out. But when they start to bite my nose, we know for sure they're really comfortable. Yes, that's my good girl. What a good girl. So we don't fuss, we just make them feel comfortable. Yeah, and let them know that we're comfortable so that they should be. Oh, you're going to growl at me now? Or will you growl? So that's our little blue collar girl, and that is all the puppies in the litter. Spirit is doing really well. Tonight will be the first night that she has the option of whether to sleep with her babies or come and sleep with us again. And I know that will give Spirit a great deal of pleasure. Spirit is very bonded to us, very close to us. And when she has her puppies, much as she loves being a mom and caring for her puppies, which she does so well, she also truly misses being part of her regular family, which is myself, Reynold, Peanut, and Ripple. So now we will have the puppies, and we have them in their area, and we have a little barrier up in their area so it's too high for the puppies to be able to get out of, but easy for Spirit to go in and out of. We'll leave the door latched open, and of course then she can go in and out between the doodle den and our bedroom as many times as she wishes in the night. And you'll see now that blue collar girl is wagging her tail. So we know that we were successful in making her feel comfortable and getting her to be quite happy to be here. That's the result we want to see when we're doing desensitization. That's exactly what we want to have happen. Oh, and I think she's also going to pee on my crate bed. Yep, she is. Now that may be why she was a little uncomfortable, because she had to pee and she knew she couldn't pee while I was holding her, and that might have been uncomfortable. Now we'll have to wash the crate bed because nobody else wants to be in the bed after you peed in it. No, they don't. Luckily these crate beds are so great. You can just pop them in the washing machine and then in the dryer, and you don't have to worry about anything. So that's our litter update, and we hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, as always, feel free to ask whatever you would like to know about Labradoodles, and give us a thumbs up if you have a chance to do so. And we'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching.